Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So today what I got for you guys, we're going to be scraping a beaver, fleshing one. Um, Same process as what you would do for the fur market. This is just for tanning purposes though, for Mike Houck for last step trap supply and hide tanning. Guys, if you get a chance, you want to learn how to skin feed out and that kind of stuff, pop over and take a look at his channel on YouTube. He's got a lot of good information there, and he's also got a lot on Facebook as well. So let me get things set up here and we'll get right at it. All right, guys, so we've got our beaver. We went through, we combed him, and made sure there was no burrs, no mud balls, no anything like that in the fur that's going to cause us to knock a hole. That's a very important part of scraping anything. When you go to flesh it, you've got to make sure that fur is clean. No burrs, no mud balls, no blood spots, or dried hard blood balls in there, anything like that. Because if you come across that with a knife, you're going to knock a hole. So anyway, I like to start in the middle of the beaver's back. Now you've got to be really careful here because this is really thin, okay? So take the sharp side of your knife. You're going to do way more shaving on a beaver hide than you are pushing. So we start with the sharp side of our knife and we just lay it up there and very easy, just start shaving that off and working our way down that beaver. All right. Just open him up. And again, you want to make sure you're working down the center of your beam and not off on the sides over here, because that's a good place you'll lay him wide open if you do. You can get over there a little ways, but don't get over there too far. Now we've got that beaver opened up. Now we pull him up a little bit and we take this old hard gristle off right down here at his tail. Now this is tough down here. I mean, it takes a lot to get that shaved off. But you can see that's just rolling right off for us. And if you miss something, you can see it, guys. Once you do enough of these, you'll be able to see what you're missing. And then you just go back and go over it again. See, I missed a spot right here. Just go back and go over it. Okay, now that we've got that beaver opened up, we're turning a quarter. Okay, and we're going to work off this. We're going to work off this quarter of this beaver right quick. Now, we're working towards his belly, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it break. Once that gristle breaks, then you can push that off. You got to be very careful on a beaver's belly because he's very, very tender. So you turn your knife over, and then you just push it off. It works better, guys, on beaver. If you're going to do a bunch of beaver, get yourself a block. And what I mean by a block, it's just a big wide, like a half a log, flat out here on the end instead of tapered and pointed. You can take a bigger swath with your knife, and that beaver lays up there easier. It's a lot better deal for you. So if you can do that, you're going to be further ahead. If you're just putting up, a dozen or so a year, probably not worth it. But if you're putting up numbers of beaver, you're way better off to get yourself a block. Fat off that knife. Push that down again off that belly. On top of that, or off the side of that back leg. Pull him up here again. Come right down to the back leg. Don't go over it with the sharp side, just come right down to it. Take your dull side and push right over top of that back leg. Pull that leg up. Keep going. Now right here about is where the casters are, and that's pretty tender, so you got to be really careful there too, because you'll tear him pretty easy. Okay, we got that beaver a quarter done. And we flip him a quarter and do the other side. Again, with the sharp side, slice that down, open that up. Pull that up to you. Dull side, push. Push that right off his belly. Pull him over here again. Sharp side kind of at an angle towards the back leg. More here. Dull side again. Push that off. Wipe the grease off your hands on your blue jeans because your wife likes that. They really do. They like that kind of stuff. Push over that back leg. And yeah, Otter Cat, I'm finally maybe starting to get the hang of this post knife. Shave that just a little bit, not much, and then push it off. Okay, now we've got a scar right there, so we got to be really careful with that, or you will open him wide open. So you take the sharp side of your knife and just shave the top of that scar real easy like. Don't go crazy. If you do, it'll open up. Clean that edge up a little more. Okay, see now we're already half done with this beaver right there. We got him half done. Now, start up here at his head. There's not a lot of meat and gristle up on the beaver's head usually. Now once in a while when you skin one, there'll be a big meat pocket here and here right between the ear and the eyes. Let's take a sharp side of the knife and knock that off if it's there. Take sharp side of your knife again. Open that beaver up down the back. Turn him a quarter. Now we're working on the front leg. Open it up to the leg. Dull side again. Push it off. Back up here where you can work with him. They don't want to push right there, so we'll open it up a little more. Well, I was getting the hang of it till I said something, Otter Cat, and then I flipped it again. Okay, now right here between his ear and his front leg, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's a really hard spot there. It's like a brush buster. You know how a good field dog has a brush buster between their front legs? It's a big patch of gristle. Well, a beaver's the same way. He's got a brush buster right there. So that's really hard. That's really gristly right there. So you've got to use sharp side of your knife and just trim that, shave it off. Got to be careful up there a little bit. You can get a little rough right there with it. It doesn't hurt anything. Kind of shave them lips up a little. Doesn't hurt a thing. Okay, now we can come over that front leg, I hope. Hope we got him there where we want him anyway. If it's a female beaver, you need to be really careful because that's where her tits will be, especially in the spring of the year. And we got a little trimming here we got to do on this thing. A little more fat and gristle right here to come down. There we go. That's looking better. Looking better all the time. Okay. Now we're 3/4 done. Now we flip him around here again. We'll do the last quarter of him. And that beaver will be complete. We'll go ahead while we're right there, and we'll just go ahead and take that brush buster right off right now. Just take that off of him. Get that gristle out of there. Got a little bit of a scar right there in his face. Not much one, but still, you got to be careful with it or you'll open it up. All right, now we'll come to that front leg. Got right there off of that past belly. Get back here to trim up. Come under that front leg. Guys, that beaver's done. So anyway, there we are, one flesh beaver. All right, guys, there it is, guys. I appreciate you tuning in to watch. If you would please, if you found this useful to you, just hit that thumbs up for me. That's all I'm asking. Guys, I appreciate everything you've done for the channel. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.